Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. When was the last time you've gotten a raise? Been a long time. When was the last time you got overtime? That's been a long time. Sure, why? What people don't realize is we got two components out there that is killing your standard of living. Free money provided to CEOs from the Federal Reserve, and then the way the CEO is being compensated. CEOs are not compensated on performance anymore. CEOs are compensated on stock options. That's how they make most of their money. So as long as the Federal Reserve will give them money free, they're going to focus on the CEO buying shares back to pop that price up to make that stock option. That's why you're not getting paid. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? Reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Every day we hear from Wall Street, you turn on the TV, and they're telling us how the economy's great, everything's great, and these are the same people that run the 401ks who, with a 2% fee, take more than half of your money and put it in their pocket. You will never retire comfortably in a 401k. But try to convince 90 million people, it's almost impossible. People just don't listen. They get comfortable and stay with these 401ks. They don't work. You're not going to be able to retire. It's simple. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Join the gang, try it for a month, and we're going to show you how to use a chart. And that is going to put you in such a comfort zone of retirement.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, my name is Phil Grande, philsgang.com. The 401k big lie. They tell you invest $10,000 a year for 30 years, compounded at 6% annually. You will have a grand total of $245,000 to retire. That is not true. That is not the truth. What they don't tell you is the hidden fees. There's 27 hidden fees in your 401k. When you're all done, you lose half of what you put aside for your retirement. That's right, half. And another thing, you're not allowed to do individual stocks in a mutual fund. And you're not allowed to make money when stocks go down. That's ridiculous. Would you buy a car with just forward and no reverse? Why would you ever be in a fund that you can't make money when the stock market goes down? Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. We come in the morning, we have what we call coffee talk. But we just don't sit around and throw the bull, or joke or laugh. Our coffee talk is serious. Every morning before you start out investing, we have an intense discussion on what is going on and where we should be investing. Because it's all about not the money, but where you're putting that money. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and enjoy the best coffee in town.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
They've saved my family from financial ruin. It allowed me and my wife both to focus on the most important thing, which was the health and well-being of our son.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything's being taken care of.
We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Be sure to watch the Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grande, weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on various devices like smartphones, tablets, your computer, and more. Get free access to the Phil's Gang Show right in your hands at home or on the go. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com and click on the Listen Live link. And we'll see you on the charts.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Did you personally interview the secretary on Saturday morning?
I didn't personally, no.
And how many agents did?
I think we had 5 or 6.
Did you talk to all of those agents after the interview?
I did not speak to all of them, no.
Did she testify or talk to them under oath?
No.
She did not. Well, that's a problem. But
no, it's still a crime to lie to us.
I know it is. Do you have a transcript of that?
No, we don't record.
Oh, my God. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. If you are not scratching your head and saying, how could this be? If anybody doesn't see the fix, anybody don't see the corruption, can you imagine? The head of the FBI did not sit in on the discussion, investigation with Hillary. And there was no stenographer. There was no oath taken. What it was a casual talk. They were having a coffee. He didn't want anything to do with it. He wanted to be clean of it. Can you imagine? You don't put her under oath. Anybody that goes to the FBI, you go under oath. When oh my God, I can't think of her name now. Oh God, remember she went to prison for a while. Oh God, she's in she has her own clothing. She has her own thing. Kmart. Oh, I can't remember her name. I'll think of it. Martha Stewart. Thank you guys. Martha Stewart. They put her under oath. Are you kidding? And they put her in jail. So, listen to this again. This should make you so angry.
Did you personally interview the secretary on Saturday morning?
I didn't personally, no.
Wow. And how many agents did?
I think we had 5 or 6.
Did you talk to all of those agents after the interview?
I did not speak to all of them, no.
Did she testify or talk to them under oath?
No.
She did not. Well, that's a problem.
So think of this. He didn't talk to all the agents that talked to Hillary, didn't put her under oath, and he didn't attend. That meant the fix was in. It was just hey, come up, let's pretend we're doing something, stay for about 30 minutes, we'll have some coffee and donuts and leave because you're off. Are you kidding? If they were really investigating her and were going to nail her, Comey would have been there. And if he wasn't, his lead guy would have been there and reported everything, and there would have been a transcript, there would have been a recording, he would have reviewed it, but the fix was in. There's no need to put her under oath. They already said why would they waste their time? Why put her under oath? Why waste their time? And why waste his time? And he didn't even bother asking all the agents who interviewed Hillary what happened. He didn't care. He knew the fix was in. This guy was bought. Wow. Now, this is what really gets me. When you're listening to the hearings today, it makes you sick. It's all about what team you're on. Over the July 4th, I read a book. It was interesting. The 56 men who signed the Declaration of Independence put themselves at great peril. There was 4 stories, 4 individuals, what happened to them. These 4 had the same wealth, if you put it in today's dollars, like Bill Gates. Bill Gates. These 4 lost everything. One of them, I think his name was Hall. I'm trying to remember his name because it's a book, Hall. He had a big mansion, 1,200 acres, 200 ships. He would ship all his products out. And all the British said was, look, if you swear the allegiance to the king, we'll forgive you that you signed the Declaration of Independence. Just swear an allegiance, and you can keep your wealth, you keep everything. He said no. They took him, his 4 daughters, took them out of the house. The wife was ill in bed. The soldiers raped her, and then they put the house on fire, the mansion on fire, and they were going to kill Hale and the daughters, but they're in the barn, and they got loose, and they were able to get out, and he said to the daughters, just all scatter, we'll meet, but just scatter, go as far as you can from here, we can't be together, so they'll find us, scatter. He lived in the woods and in caves in the woods for over a year and a half. And he couldn't find his daughters. And after a year and a half, he died. He died of a broken heart. He died of he was in rags. But it was more important to put the country, what was right, ahead of the party, ahead of himself. And each one of the 4 stories is similar. Same thing. Very wealthy people and what they lost, what they suffered. It was incredible. When all they had to do was swear an allegiance, and they refused to do it. They were going to do what was right. Can you think about this? They put the country ahead of themselves, ahead of their own families, and they paid a dear price for it. When you go and you listen today to these congressmen and how it's all party, it makes you sick. When they go to a Democrat and he asked the questions of Comey, they praised him. Did they praise him? Go to a Republican, they went after him. Go back to a Democrat, they praise him. Listen to this crap. It's unbelievable. Listen to this.
I want to begin by commending you and the...
This is a Democrat. Listen to this.
I want to begin by commending you and the public servants at the FBI for the independent investigation.
Director, thank you for your years of public service. Despite your impeccable reputation for independence and integrity, Republicans have turned on you with a vengeance.
They have engaged in a partisan political witch hunt.
Congress has no business interfering with these types of decisions.
Isn't that amazing? They put their party ahead, ahead of what was right.
Did Hillary Clinton break the law in connection with her use of the email server? My judgment is that she did not.
Secretary Clinton said she never sent or received any classified information over her private email. Was that true?
Our investigation found that there was classified information sent.
So it was not true.
Right. That's what I said.
The former president of the United States is meeting privately with the Attorney General right before all of this interview takes place. Obviously, this is very suspicious.
Did Secretary Clinton approve those emails being deleted?
I don't think there was any specific instruction or conversation between the secretary and her lawyers.
The FBI does background checks
If Hillary Clinton applied for the job at the FBI, would the FBI give Hillary Clinton a security clearance? I don't want to answer a hypothetical.
It's amazing, isn't it? But here's what gets me. These Democrats having a love fest to protect Hillary, to protect Comey, and even though they know that Hillary lied.
It was allowed, and the rules have been clarified since I left about the practice.
None of these emails should have been on any kind of unclassified system. They were extremely careless in their handling of very sensitive, highly classified information.
It had numerous safeguards. It was on property guarded by the Secret Service, and there were no security breaches.
We assess it is possible that hostile actors gained access to Secretary Clinton's personal email account.
We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, it's been 7 years now since Obama ordered his Fed chairman to lower the savings rate from 5% to less than 0.25%. With the false narrative, it would spur economic growth and jobs. Everyone would have an opportunity in this economy. That's what he said. But what it spurred was a front-loading of the biggest, fake, unsustainable stock market rally of 200%. That's what it spurred. Now, most people did not participate in that rally because people got out of their 401k in 2009. And they said, just get me out. I want nothing but fixed income. And they got killed because with low interest rates, fixed incomes get murdered. You got to know what you're doing. If you're going to really retire, you got to be associated with the stock market. That's why you come to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Let me ask you, could you use a little extra money? Well, of course you could. Everybody could use that extra revenue to pay the bills, pay down debt, or save for retirement. With philsgang.com, we help you make that extra income in the stock market. For over 15 years, Phil Grande and philsgang.com helps folks who are interested in learning short-term and long-term investing by providing professional-level charting skills and strategies. philsgang.com is your number one source to learn, invest, and profit in the stock market. And you can do this for only $49.95 a month. With philsgang.com, you learn how to invest in the market. You get daily investment coaching guidance, and you will learn to invest and trade with the skills and confidence of the pros. Just log on and get daily investment instructions and make profits. Plus, all philsgang.com material is archived for your convenience. Go to philsgang.com to join or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Call today.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, people make it too complicated. Wall Street tells you the market cap and the trailing PE and the forward PE and price to sales to confuse you. All you need to know is, does the stock have volume? What's that mean? Energy. What does that mean? If you have people buying a stock, enough of the stock's being bought, it influences the prices to go up. Join my gang, philsgang.com. We're using charting, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. Phil Grande is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with a prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grande has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grande and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Aren't you tired of all the nonsense you hear from these financial shows like this?
Should I be worried about Bear Stearns in terms of liquidity and get my money out of there? No, no, no. Bear Stearns is fine.
And then they went bankrupt. This is what I'm talking about. This is crazy. Your 401k, they take half of all the money you put away. Look, it's not about the money you're saving. It's about where you invest it and not in a 401k. Join my gang. Start using charts. I'll teach you how to use a chart so that you can maximize your returns on the money you do have. And the earlier you get started, the better. Join my gang, philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Stock Corner is brought to you by the Phil's Gang video channel. Go to philsgang.com, click on the video channel graphic, and check out Phil's free videos on the market, economy, and current events.
And I have a brand new video. I tell you exactly what the market's doing. Go check it out. Go to my new website, brand new website. While you're there, join the gang. It's only $39.95 a month. And you get all kinds of great value for $39.95 a month. You follow me with my 5 stocks, the same 5 stocks we trade all year, plus our bonus stocks. You get coffee talk in the morning, where I tell you exactly what's going to happen before the market opens. And it's pretty accurate. And then at 9:30 to 11 o'clock, live, you can see me working with my gang where they ask me questions, and we're taking our 5 stocks, put them up on the chart. I show them how to use the chart with those 5 stocks, with our bonus stocks. And then they ask me about their particular stocks. How do they treat their stock on a chart? And I show them. So they use my system, and that way when they're using my system, they can't go wrong. No, they can't. And the idea is the 5 stocks. And when you tell people we trade the same 5 stocks all year, they don't believe it. They think you got to have the hot stock. No, you don't. There's no such thing as a hot stock. As I always tell you, the same institutions, the same 401k managers, the same pension fund managers, the same 5 big banks who do all the buying. They buy all the popular stocks, whether it's Starbucks, or whether they're going to buy Microsoft or Caterpillar or Schlumberger. It's the same group. So all you need to know is the money is going in, you buy, and the money's going out, you get out. So what's going on with the market right now? The market is stalled. It's stalled. Now, the 10-year Treasury is going down. Now, what people don't realize about the 10-year Treasury, it is the best indicator if the market is going to crash, if the economy is going to go into a recession or depression. And we haven't seen it this low. 1.38, the 10-year Treasury. It wasn't this low when the stock market crashed in 2008. And it took 18 months to go down 50%. Remember, the crash in 1929 took 3 years to go down 90%. This next market crash that we're heading towards now, because we've never had such a big bubble, all the stock buybacks and all the cheap money they're printing and giving to the companies to buy their own stocks to keep pushing their price of stocks up because they had no earnings, they had no sales, because people have no money. People don't have any money to go out and spend. So they kept front loading the market, and the market went up 126% without having profits. Didn't have to have profits anymore. So all you have to do is, and that's why charting is a wonderful thing, because remember, it's no longer a stock market. It's a market for individual stocks. So you take your top stocks, you know the institutions are going to be with those stocks, buy those stocks, and you follow them. And that's where you create value. And you haven't got to know anything about the stocks, believe me. So my job is to reach out to you and help you create your retirement. And all you have to do is join the gang. It's $39.95. And you're going to learn how simple it is with a simple color-coded chart. It's so easy to tell when money's going in and money's coming out. It's nothing hard about it. The main thing you watch is banks. The banks are critical. And right now, the market is 4%, or actually 2.5% away from an all-time new high. And it's been that way for 14 months, more than that, 18 months. It can't break out because money is coming out of the market. The institutions are pulling money out. How do we know that? Look at the 10-year Treasury. When you see the yield on the 10-year Treasury or interest rate goes down, you know the institutions are pulling their money out. Where are they putting their money? They're putting it in gold, and they're putting it into bonds. So the more bonds are being bought, more people go to the bonds for safety, the more the interest rate goes down. And if it's not going down fast enough, the Federal Reserve, Yellen, will print more money, and she will buy more 10-year Treasuries to keep pushing that yield down. The same thing Bernanke did. Remember, Bernanke bought $85 billion every month of 10-year Treasury to push the yield down. Why? What's the purpose of that? The purpose of pressing the yield down is to make sure the countries that buy our debt no longer buy our debt. They don't buy the Treasuries. We have countries that come and buy our debt, but they want 3%. They want 4%. They're not going to buy our debt 1.3. So they know if the Federal Reserve goes in themselves, buy it themselves, and push it down, that forces these countries out of the bond market into the stock market, and that's how they prop up a stock market that should be collapsing. That's why when the Great Britain got out of the UK, out of the EU, Great Britain got out of the EU, and the market was supposed to drop, should have dropped 20%. Hey, after all, it dropped 14% last August. It dropped 14% in January for a lot less. A quarter point raise, it went down 14%. Are you telling me it should have gone down 14% when Great Britain got out of the EU? Of course it should have. But it only went down 4.5%. So what they're doing is holding the market at that point to make sure it doesn't go below that, because there's an election going on and they want to get Hillary elected. So we're in this very narrow range, and they can't make a new high because everybody's buying bonds and gold and silver and not buying stocks. So they're propping up the market by purchasing these bonds, forcing these countries to go into and buy our stocks. So what does this mean? It means they're going to either do QE4. And what do we hear today? Bernanke said, well, I think we may have to do QE4. Yeah, he's talking about it. Bank of England just did QE4. And what's QE4? QE4 is nothing more than taking billions of dollars, trillions of dollars, injecting it into the stock market, into the economy, and only the 5 percentile of the population do well. 95% of the people gain nothing. Nothing. It's to make the rich richer. And they're going to do this again to prop the market up, so to make sure the stock market goes up so she can get elected. That's why you should be a gang member. If they don't do that, the market's going to drop 20, 30, 40%. So you're in a position with me, and that's why we have people signing up all the time, because they've learned they're not going to sit there any longer and lose money when the market goes down. This time it's going to be an opportunity for $39.95. Let me help you. Let me guide you. Call now, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Listen to what Fisher said, the former Fed governor.
We front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally in order to accomplish a wealth effect.
That's right. Did you hear that? They took the stock market, front-loaded it, ran at 200%, so we ended up not only with a fake stock market, but fake GDP, fake money, fake jobs, fake prices, fake everything. But we took advantage of that, and we're going to take advantage again. That's why I told my gang in May to short the market. On 5/29, that's May 29th, I'm telling you to short the stock market. And we were right. And the market went down over 11%. That's why you got to join my gang and learn how to short stocks just as much as buying them. Learn how to short with me, Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. There's so much bad news out there. Let me give you some good news. The good news is you can retire when you're 65 years of age. You can live the same lifestyle you've come accustomed to, but you're going to have to make a change. And what's that change? To get rid of your 401k. It's a scam. It doesn't work. We've never seen more people pulling their money out of 401ks than right now. $40 billion just in this last few quarters because they know it doesn't work. So they're taking their money and stuffing it in the mattress. That's not what to do. Look, it's not about the money you put away. It's about how you invest that money. And clearly 401ks don't work. But it does work here at Phil's Gang. philsgang.com, where we just got a return of over 35% in copper.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. When was the last time you've gotten a raise? Been a long time. When was the last time you got overtime? That's been a long time. Sure, why? What people don't realize is we got two components out there that is killing your standard of living. Free money provided to CEOs from the Federal Reserve, and then the way the CEO is being compensated. CEOs are not compensated on performance anymore. CEOs are compensated on stock options. That's how they make most of their money. So as long as the Federal Reserve will give them money free, they're going to focus on the CEO buying shares back to pop that price up to make that stock option. That's why you're not getting paid. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. We're a teaching format. Boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated is so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
They've saved my family from financial ruin. It allowed me and my wife both to focus on the most important thing, which was the health and well-being of our son.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything will be taken care of.
We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back to Phil's Gang Radio Show. For more information, simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay. The stocks that you should be following right now are gold stocks. Do not jump into the bond market. Every planner, every money manager is getting you to get into the bond market because they make big commissions in the bond market, okay? Do not buy bonds. You're out of your mind. You're buying such an overbought market, that is going to pop and you're going to get your face ripped off. The gold market is still not overbought. I put my gang members in the gold market in December 2015, telling them the most of the money we're going to make for 2016 is going to be in gold mining stocks. And you ask any of my gang members, that's where we made most of our money. Our gold mining stocks are up over 100%. Using our color-coded charts, it guided us, and you don't have to spend any time at all, just a little bit of time. Like maybe you just come in 1 minute a day, 2 minutes a day, and just whatever we tell you to do, just do. It's that simple. Now, the next place where we're going to start seeing money come in is going to be in oil. Oil has gotten brutal. Oil has gotten beat up so bad. That's what happened with gold mining stocks. So oil is going to be a good place, but you got to know when to buy. You just don't buy because it has a dividend and you go buy it. Oh, it's got a dividend, I'm going to buy it. If I lose my dividend, I'll make up for it. I never heard anything so crazy as that in my life. People buy stocks, buy them for the value of the stock. The dividend's the cherry on the top. If you buy stocks thinking, well, I got a dividend, so the stock goes down, I'm covered, you're out of your mind. The oil stocks. Now, when I say oil, I'm talking about refiners. Symbol, TSO, MRO, Valero. When I'm talking oil, I'm talking about RIG, R-I-G. Okay, oil, Halliburton, Schlumberger. We're talking about drillers. We're talking about companies that maintain the rigs. That's where the money is. Just like gold, the money is in the mining stocks. So right now, the mining stocks are not overbought. You just got to wait until the dollar drops before you buy gold. Don't jump in and buy gold right now. Let it drop. Let the dollar drop. And when that dollar drops, then we're going to look to start putting some more money in oil. It's going to be all based on commodities. It's where the money's going to be. Banks. The banks are what drive a stock market up. They got to always prop the banks up. They have to print money, give it to the banks, and prop it up. And that's why Bernanke said today, I think it's time to do another QE. Because that's how we stopped the 2008 stock market crash. When the stock market went down 50% in 18 months, what stopped it was they rigged the banks. They printed money and pushed the money into the banks to stop the banks from going down. They changed the accounting rules. So they could decide what their assets were worth themselves. That's right. They decided what their assets were worth. Not when somebody bought it, like you and I, when we sell our house, who determines what the house is worth? The buyer. We go to a store to buy a shirt, who determines the price of that shirt? The buyer. Well, they stopped the banks from, nobody was buying the banks, so Bernanke came in, gives them a big shot of money, changed the accounting rules. Instead of their mortgages going down 50, 60% in value, they're allowed to take and prop them up 50, 60, 100%. Unbelievable. So the point I'm making is you got to watch those banks. But I will do that for you. I watch the banks, I watch the gold, I watch the oil, and then I have 5 stocks. Goldman Sachs, Intel, IBM, Caterpillar, Schlumberger. That is our base. Those 5 stocks is where we make our money. That's our bread and butter. Those same 5 stocks. Right there. Then, of course, we have, as I say, our bonus stocks in oil, in metals, and we have other bonus stocks. Sometimes we'll get in stocks like Starbucks, or sometimes we'll buy one of the 4 horsemen. Keep it very, very simple with charting. That's all you do. And it's $39.95 to get into the program. Let me give you the number. They're sitting right there. You can call them right now, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG, or go to my new website. I have a brand new website, and we have 2 brand new products called MV1 and MV2, color-coded products. Brand new. We just released them in the last couple of days. And all I ask, if you make money, please donate some money to St. Jude. That's all. Now, let's get to some more lying. Do you think that the FBI lies? Just the FBI? Are you kidding? Listen to this. This is Mark Zandi lying about the economy. Listen to this.
The U.S. economy is pretty close to full employment if it isn't already there. Wage growth is picking up. It's accelerated quite a bit over the last year and a half.
Really? No. Inflation-adjusted wages for workers are stagnant. In fact, they hardly grew. In the past 5 years, he says they're growing in the last year and a half. No, he's a liar. They barely grown in the last 7 years, never mind 5 years. Are you kidding? Our wages now are where they were in 2000. It's the same as in 2010. Why do you think employers have to give people wages, a raise? They're not giving them raises. When companies, their whole thing is cut. The CEO, cut wages, cut wages, cut overhead. They go right to the wages. And when companies go and buy their own stock, and when companies take their profits, they don't take their profits anymore and invest it in machinery, into rolling stock, into new buildings, into programs. They don't spend money anymore on capital investment. What are you, nuts? When they used to spend money on they would take their money, their profits, and they plow it back into the business and spend it, called capital investment or business spending. They don't do that anymore. Instead, they take the money and they buy their own stock. So if you're working at that plant, they're not plowing it in to buy new machinery so they can produce more, hire more people. And if you're working there, if they're not plowing it back in the company, they're plowing it back into their own stocks, your wages go down or you get laid off. Who's going to give you a raise? Take Obamacare. That killed your job. Unbelievable that killed jobs. You tell an employer, okay, your cost this year is $111 to take care of these employees, but now we're going to move your cost up to $311. But the only way you can get out of that is dropping your wages for your employees from 40 down to 30 or less. So what do you think the employer's going to do? You think they're going to pay the difference between $111 and $311? You think they're going to pay that difference, or do you think they're going to cut the hours? They cut the hours. Obamacare killed the wage earner, killed them. That's why there's such a severe cut in discretionary spending. The wheels came off retail sector because of it. Wheels came off of durable goods, where you go and you buy appliances and big screen TVs. That all caused the manufacturing sector to drop to a 10-year low. That's why we have the worst recovery in 11 years. So what we do is we go and we find the best stock in the manufacturing sector that's getting clobbered. And that's the stock we're going to look for. You always look for the worst stock. You look for the stock nobody wants. That's how you make money. Mining stocks. Everybody, when they start closing mines, like coal mines and gold mining stocks, everybody, oh God, I better get out. No, that's when you start buying. And all we do is wait and see if the money's going to go in, and we catch that on our color-coded charts. Join now. Call 877-600-GANG or go to my website, brand new website, and join my gang. Help St. Jude, help yourself. We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Aren't you tired of all the nonsense you hear from these financial shows like this?
Should I be worried about Bear Stearns in terms of liquidity and get my money out of there? No. Bear Stearns is fine.
And then they went bankrupt. This is what I'm talking about. This is crazy. Your 401k, they take half of all the money you put away. Look, it's not about the money you're saving. It's about where you invest it, and not in a 401k. Join my gang. Start using charts. I'll teach you how to use a chart. so that you can maximize your returns on the money you do have. And the earlier you get started, the better. Join my gang, philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? Reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you'll be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Listen to what Fisher said, the former Fed governor.
We front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally in order to accomplish a wealth effect.
That's right. Did you hear that? They took the stock market, front-loaded it, ran at 200%, so we ended up not only with a fake stock market, but fake GDP, fake money, fake jobs, fake prices, fake everything. But we took advantage of that, and we're going to take advantage again. That's why I told my gang in May to short the market on 5/29. That's May 29th. I'm telling you to short the stock market. And we were right. And the market went down over 11%. That's why you got to join my gang and learn how to short stocks just as much as buying them. Learn how to short with me, Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Every single one of his medical bills, everything is just all taken care of.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes.
At St. Jude, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti. Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Phil Grande is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine with the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grande has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grande and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Remember, wonderful book, Walter's Way. Go to my site, philsgang.com, pick the book up. Author, first-time author, Walter Scheer. Every bit of money goes to his foundation in St. Jude. This is a book about an icon of an entrepreneur. It's incredible what this man has done. The book talks about his relationship with General MacArthur, who tapped Walter to assist him in integrating 80,000 employees. One of the largest mergers of his time, Sperry and Remington ran. 50 of them like that. That's what he did. Imagine MacArthur tapped him to do that. I mean, it's incredible. He was tapped also for the Polaris nuclear submarine program. Rickover didn't know how to guide the submarine, didn't know how to guide the missiles. He figured it out. Oil. He's one of the biggest oil and gas drillers in the state of Texas. I mean, but the man, when you read about the man, he's incredible. This is what America was about, not the people we have today. That hearing made me sick to my stomach. Here's what makes me sick to my stomach. When you hear guys like Zandy lie about the employment. Like things are wonderful. They're not. Wages are terrible. 50% of all American workers currently make less than $28,000 a year at their jobs for a single person, one person. Most people, two people are working in a family to try to make a little more than $50,000 a year. That's terrible. 39% of American workers make less than $20,000 last year. 52% of Americans workers made less than $30,000 a year. 63% of Americans made less than $40,000 a year. 72% of Americans made less than $50,000 a year. We're going the wrong way. This is unbelievable. Let's take a job that paid $13 to $21. Construction, manufacturing, that kind of thing, that group. Accounted for 60% of the job loss contributed. Can you imagine? 60% of the job loss. And then when they try to get the recovery going, you know how much of those jobs they were able to claw back? 19%. They lost 60%. 60% of $21 jobs, construction jobs, $20 an hour jobs, and construction, manufacturing, that sort of thing. And 60% of those jobs gone, and they only could claw back 19%. Now take a job that pays $22, or let's say $54. That's $22 to $54. So they only, think about this, those jobs contribute to just 19% of the job losses. But they brought back just a little less than 20%. That's amazing. Take jobs that pay $7 to $13, contribute 21% of job losses. But that's where all the jobs came back. 58%. Remember, when the recession hit, 21% of the jobs lost were between $7.69 and $13.83. 21%. How many of those 21% came back? 58%. They hired more people back that make $7.69 to $13.83 than the amount of people they hired back that was making $54. Everything's going the wrong way. Very few people were hired back making $54. That person who made $54 came back working at a job gave up his $54 to come back and make $13.83. And so when these jobs are taken, they're part-time, and you gave up a $54 job to take a $13 job, and what does this guy say? He says, oh, employment's going great. Wages are going up. But he doesn't explain this to you. All the good paying jobs, we're not clawing them back. Terrible. Crazy. Last night, or I think it was last night, Trump was talking. First time I heard Trump talking about how trade deficits. First person I ever heard. Trade deficits are terrible. Trade deficits shrink the economy. It hurts the middle class because it kills jobs. You can't talk about growing jobs or growing the economy until you first reduce the trade deficit. He's the only one who's talking about it. It's the trade deficit that shrinks our economy and hurts the middle class. And that's why Obama's always been a liar, saying he's the warrior for the middle class. If he's a warrior for middle class, then he would have done something about the trade deficits. When our multinationals like GE shut down manufacturing plants in the country and set them back up in China to take advantage of low-cost labor, $1 an hour, it was that outsourcing that has caused millions of middle-class workers, especially lower-skilled workers, to become unemployed. And yet he lies and says, oh, just like Zandy, oh, look at the jobs we're creating. No, the jobs you're creating is the guy who you're creating $10 an hour jobs, $13 an hour jobs. A guy that was making $30 or $40 before. As we continue to import more products than we export, and Trump was talking about this last night. I'm so glad to hear it. Creating a trade deficit of $40 billion a month. $8 trillion in total we have now. That's caused 45 million Americans to slip into poverty. Yeah, they lost their job, and they didn't get a new job. They slipped into poverty. Trade deficit hurts our economic growth, but nobody talks about it. Just take the second quarter. We had a 0.5% growth, remember? Then we had the 38,000 job number. Now we got a new job number coming out tomorrow. It's crazy. It's just nuts. We got to kill, this trade deficit is killing us, killing our economic growth. And the national debt is always front and center because all we pay is the interest each year of nearly $223 billion. That's not counting the entitlements. So there's no money left for economic growth. There's no money left for rebuilding infrastructure, our roads, our bridges, our schools. There's no money to invest in medical and high-tech research. You can't keep on spending more than you make in Congress, keep spending more than we take in. They keep printing more money. And all they're doing is paying interest. You can't have trade deficits to kill our growth and keep spending more than we take in. This country is, that's why do you think they front load the stock market when the stock market crashed in 2008 and they front load to go up a fake 128%? But the people that were involved in the market, you think they cared? You think they found religion? And so I'm not going to take the profits. Yeah, look, they're going up 128% because they're front loading the market. Look, they're giving everybody 0% interest. All the guys on the hedge funds and the big boys on Wall Street, the banks at 0%, and they're buying all these stocks to run them up, to front load them. And they're killing savers because they give those people 0% interest. They had to take a saver who used to make 5% on his passbook. They brought him down to 0 to subsidize it. The reason, how they give the big institutions, the banks, and the big boys and the hedge funds all that money at 0% is by taking the savers, especially the retirees who are dependent on that 5% on their savings and CDs, dropped it to 0. They're subsidizing it. That's why our economy is not growing. So what do? If you're going to make money, you make money in the stock market. But you're so used to 401ks. Remember I told you about 401ks? They're a killer. Nobody tells you the truth about 401ks. We just had another notice today. 2 companies, American Century and Fujitsu. Both companies filed lawsuits because their 401ks, their fiduciary duties, were broken. Both companies found out the excess fees were incredible. They were charging them 3 times more than what they should be paying in these hidden fees. They couldn't make any money. And I kept telling you that. The average 401k charges you 2%, you lose half of your money.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it. The rule.
That's right. So the people who work for American Century, this is just a couple companies, Fujitsu, they didn't understand this. Now they're suing. Join my gang. Call right now. 877-600-GANG. Steve's there ready to take your call. Or go to my website, philsgang.com. Just $39.95. Let me help you, and you help St. Jude.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to